Getting set for the 2017 high school football season, and today we're talking Cannon County Lion football with head coach T.J. Daniel. Coach, good to have you back again.
It's good to be back.
Good that it's football season again. I know you're excited, we're excited, and there's always excitement in Cannon County. Let's talk about that a little bit and talk about some of the attitude you've seen of this team during the summer workouts, maybe even going back to spring, and what you see out of this team that really excites you this year.
Well, we got a good group of kids coming back. Got several coming back to play last year. They're all going to be juniors, of course, and a few seniors. But they're really gelling together. I mean, the biggest thing is this team is not selfish, and they're really trying to work together to pull each other along.
I know you had some key losses from your senior class a year ago. The Walkup brothers, of course, graduated. Jaden Kuhn, one of your top running backs. Mick Mackin's a good receiver. And, of course, Micah Finotti seemed like a Swiss Army knife kind of guy. How do you go about replacing those players on both sides of the ball?
Well, I mean, most of these younger guys have stepped up. I mean, we got Charlie Parrish coming out for quarterback. He's done an awesome job for us. Court Litcher is going to be running our tailback position. And Micah's the really one that, like you said, he was the cornerstone last year. But Cole Hill, I'm going to say Bobby, but Cole Hill's hopefully going to replace him and because he's one of the guys we're going to count on as a senior, and he's a 4-year senior, so we know he knows what to be expected.
Of course, on both the offensive and defensive sides of the ball, you want some strength in the trenches, and talk about your offensive and defensive lines a bit.
Well, all our offensive line is returning from last year. That's probably our strongest point on the team. Our offensive guys, they're really gelling together, and that's something we need to work on in the off season. Was gelling together, and becoming they're the unit that I told them, and we all tell them, you determine what season we have. We got Brian Washington, Cole Hill, Noah Logsdon returning. We got several returners coming back, Alex Ramsey, Chris Young, all those guys, and what I'm excited about, and I ain't scared to say it, if all pans out, we'll be about 275 across the front, average-wise. Of course, like I said, we're big, and those guys really come together.
Let's talk a little bit, without giving away game secrets, of course, what we're going to see offensively from Cannon County. We talked about, you mentioned Parrish, the quarterback, and you've got Litchford, who's been a long-time starter. He's played a lot of downs for you, I know, on both sides of the ball. Just talk about some strengths and maybe some of the things we're going to see offensively this year.
That's easy. We're going to pound it. We're going to rely on our offensive line, Bobby Hill, Alex, Noah, Brian Washington. We're going to Remington James. We're going to rely on those guys, and we're just going to say, here we come, boys. I mean, there's no secrets to us. I mean, we're going to be getting eye, and we're just going to say, here we go, stop us. And like I said, we got some Charlies going back there, and we got a few new players coming out, and it's going to be different. But that's what we worked on this during camp is we're going to run the football. That's our identity. We're going to run the football first and foremost.
I want to get in your mindset just a little bit. This being your 5th year, coming into your 5th year as head coach at Cannon County, and maybe talk about some of the things that have changed in your attitude and your philosophy since you started here day one.
Everything changes, especially, of course, Coach Trapp. I talked to him quite a bit because he was the same age, 26 years old, taking head coaching job. Well, I say just young and dumb, and you just mature as it goes and find out what works and don't, because when you're 26 and young, you think, man, you can do everything. And I told the guys and Coach Trapp, we talk all the time and talk to other coaches, and I've changed a lot. There's some things that get to me, and there's some things now that's just like, okay, well, it's just part of it. But I told the guys today, and I tell them every day, I said, guys, y'all teach me more than I probably teach y'all. I said, because y'all really coach me along more than you think.
Let's shift back to the field for just a few moments and talk about the region. Not a big change during the reclassification. DeKalb County does move up to 4A. You keep them on the schedule as a non-region opponent. Talk about your thoughts on Region 4, 3A, and of course, not many folks putting a lot of high expectations on Cannon County. Does that take a lot of pressure off, and does that kind of give you a little bit of motivation to go out there and prove the so-called, experts wrong?
Oh, we like being underdog. And it don't bother us at all where we rank us. It's just our kids know. Said, we talked about this season during off workouts. Guys, we're going to be ranked last. What we're going to do to prove them wrong. And the team, like I said, we talk about it. It's a process. It's going to be guys. We're probably not going to get the state championship this year. But the seniors you talk to, what are we going to do to improve? And all of them's goal is, hey, there's different goals we talk about. Beat Jackson County. Let's just make the playoffs. Even if we go 2-8, let's make sure we win those 2 games, get the playoffs. our expectations are higher, and they know us, and they know us that when we get the playoffs, we'll handle it when it comes. But that's our goal, baby steps. Like I told you boys, we're still in infant stages. We got to crawl before we walk, and definitely before we run. And these guys understand it. We're 4-year players, and it's starting to come along. And that goes along. I've actually had a team, a core group for 4 years now. That's probably the biggest difference in coaching-wise, you was asking. So, like I said, I lean on them guys a lot.
You got kind of a home-heavy schedule to sort of lead off the 2017 campaign. How important do you feel it is to get off to a strong start being in those home games and maybe winning a couple games early on? Do you feel like that would help you build some momentum as you go in kind of that meat of the schedule mid-season?
Oh, it always does. It always does. Your first couple games determine your season is what we always say and what coaches say. But it's mostly, I personally, we don't like playing at home all 4 games. But it turned out the way it just drew this year. Hey, it worked out great. We got big expectations going to UTC and playing Whitwell as one of our non-district games. The boys looking forward to that. So, we don't look forward ahead. We talked about it in camp. One game at a time, one play at a time. Let's just take it week at a time.
You mentioned the UTC game against Whitwell, which will come on a Thursday night later in the season. Talk about that and how excited you are about that, and what kind of atmosphere do you expect for that game?
Well, we played down there in 7-on-7. It's on fall break. One of the games got on fall break, and most of the guys was like, hey, what are we going to do, because we only had a few games to choose from. And me and the coach at Whitwell, we talked about it. We already talked, and we just said, hey, let's play on Thursday night at Chattanooga. And it just kind of fell in our favor, and our guys got excited about it because I want them to enjoy the experiences that I've had playing college ball, or in a different atmosphere on a turf field. That's what high school is about, is all your experiences. And we're going to stay overnight and do some things. We're actually going to practice on the field and kind of give them that different experience, and the boys are really excited about it.
Coach, you mentioned something about that collegiate experience. Cannon County's produced a lot of collegiate football players over the past few seasons, arguably about as many as we've seen in our coverage area. Talk about that a little bit. I know that has to bring great pride to the program to see your players who have managed to move on and play on the next level.
Well, I tell all our guys every year, and we asked. I think this is the first year we've not had nobody assign, and I asked them. I said, if you want to go to college, come talk to me. I said, I will bust my tail to get you out there. I said, but you may be playing in California. If you're good enough, I'll get you out there. And I hang that note on Cannon County because we've had 8 either have offers or get to go at the next level. And but I told them, I said, as long as you perform and do what you're asked to do, I said, we'll work for you. And we got, like I said, we got great kids. Just because we're Cannon County, that's what we tell them. Just because we're Cannon County, don't say we can't do it. You can go do whatever you want. Cole Hill's one of the guys that he's looking, and we've talked about it. He's looking at a few schools. I think it's just one of the things I think is great opportunity for the guys.
Well, Coach, I know the hard work continues here. We wish you the very best of luck through the 2017 campaign, and looking forward to seeing the Cannon County football product on the field here in just a few weeks. All right, we'll see Cannon County 3 times during the course of the season. We'll have the Lions at home against Upperman. We'll have them at DeKalb County, and then to wrap up the season, the regular season, at home against York Institute. With Coach TJ Daniel for DTC Sports, I'm Tom Duggin.